Hi, I'm Christina and I'm going to be reacting to the Goodreads Choice Awards 2021, the final round. So I'm going to tell you my winners, my predictions of who's going to win and my TBR as well. So let's start with the fiction first, and I haven't read any of these ones. I am currently reading Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney, and I'm really enjoying that one so far. I've read 100 pages of that. And yeah, I think it's really good. It's my first book by her and I'm quite enjoying it. I'm obviously not going to vote in this round because I haven't read any of them. In terms of my predictions, I'm pretty sure that's the one that's going to win as well. As we know, Sally Rooney is so popular, and I thought I should finally jump on the bandwagon a little bit with her as this is her third book, so yes. In terms of my TBR for the fiction category, I would like to read Dial A for Aunties. I've heard lots and lots of great things about that book on BookTube, and I'd also like to read Cloud Cuckoo Land because I'm interested in that one. I never actually read All the Light We Cannot See, but I know that was a very popular book, so I'm definitely interested in that one too. Otherwise, not really interested in reading any of those other books. So let's go into mystery and thriller, which is my favourite category out of all of this. So I'm expecting that I'm going to have read more of these, well, at least one of these compared to the fiction category. Oh no, so my favourite book that I wanted to vote for from the previous round is now no longer here. So I was going to vote for The Good Sister by Sally Hepworth. I thought that book was absolutely amazing. It's my favourite thriller book of the whole year, and that got my vote in the last round, and obviously it's not going to get my vote this time. And I can't remember all the other books that were here, but I'm sure I've read about 4 of them in the opening rounds. And now I've only read, well, let's see the ones I've read. I've read Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, and I didn't like that one at all. I only gave that 2 stars. I actually have a rant review on that if you're interested in watching it. I just thought that was a run-of-the-mill thriller and I didn't really like it. That was disappointing. I've also read The Maidens by Alex Michaelides and I didn't like that one either. I loved The Silent Patient by him. That was excellent. It was one of my favourite thrillers in the year that I read it, but this one I thought was really disappointing, and again I have a rant review on that book as well, so I'm definitely not voting for either of those. I started reading Apples Never Fall by Liane Moriarty and I really liked that one, but then it had to go back to the library, so I haven't finished reading that one, but I'm in the waiting list for it and then I'll probably start reading it again. And then in terms of TBR, I definitely want to read The Push. That was actually at the library waiting for me to pick up, but I wasn't very well, so I couldn't go and pick it up. So I'm definitely going to re-request that one. I'm definitely interested in that one. And I'm definitely interested in The Wife Upstairs. That sounds really good. And I'm definitely interested in Arsenic and Adobo as well. I've heard lots of good things about that one. And I've heard lots of good things about Razor Blade Tears as well. That's a very popular book on YouTube at the moment. So I've read 2 of these books and I disliked both of them. So I'm not going to vote in this round either because there's literally no point. It looks like I might not be voting at all, which is a shame. But I think, yeah, Apples Never Fall. I was enjoying that and I'm thinking that I would have enjoyed that. So had I have read it, I think that would have been my vote. So in terms of my predictions for the mystery and thriller category, I think Apples Never Fall will probably win because Big Little Lies was such a massive book. Obviously the TV show was very popular. I adored the book. I adored the TV show. So I think it's likely that her newest book will probably win. So yes, I have 3 there I want to read. 2 I did not like, and 1 I'm definitely going to read again. So I'm not actually going to be voting in that one, which is a shame. I really wanted to vote in this final round, but anyway. So moving on to historical fiction, and I think it's unlikely I will have read many of these because it's not a genre that I've read a lot of, but it is one that I've been trying to get more into this year. I was definitely really interested in exploring this genre more, so I might have read some of them. Yes, so I've read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and that was my first book by her, and I absolutely loved that book. It's definitely going to be one of my favourite books of 2021, I think. It's most probably going to be my favourite historical fiction. Or it might not actually, just thinking about some of the others, but I really liked that one. And let's look at the other one. So yeah, that's the only one I've read. I want to read The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. Again, I had that out at the library. That was in one of my TBRs earlier this year, but then it had to go back, so I need to request that one again. And I'm also interested in reading The Lost Apothecary. I can't say that word. The Lost Apothecary, because I've heard so many people on BookTube talk about how amazing that book is. Otherwise, I haven't really heard of any of the other books, but like I say, historical fiction, it's not a genre I know a lot about. So yes, I am going to vote. I'm voting for Malibu Rising, and maybe it's unfair that I've only read one of the books, but I thought that was absolutely excellent, and honestly, yeah, one of my favourite books of the whole year, so gonna have to vote for that one. So yes, and TBR wise, definitely gonna read The Four Winds, might read The Lost Apothecary, if I can ever learn to say that word. So that's that for that one. So I'm going to look at fantasy, but I think it's unlikely that I've actually read any of them. I read very little fantasy. So let's just see. Oh, I didn't say who I thought I was going to win. So for historical fiction, I'm pretty sure the Kristen Hanna one will win, as she is massively popular. Or maybe the Taylor Jenkins Reid one, because she's just as popular, I would argue. So right, fantasy, yeah, so I haven't read any of these. So I'm obviously not going to vote. And I don't think I'm going to be reading any of these either. Kind of interested in reading Deadly Education, which is the first book there from The Last Graduate. So I might read that one. And obviously if I enjoy it, I might read that one. But it's not like top priority, but I might give it a go. I've heard some mixed reviews about Deadly Education. Like some people seem to either love it and some people hate it. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure I can skip romance because I never read romance. Yeah, so I've not read any of those, and honestly, I'm not interested in reading any of them. So let's move on to science fiction, which is a category I actually really enjoy and I'd like to read more of. So let's see how many of these I've read. So we have 10, obviously, in the final rounds. I've actually read 2 of these. That's more than I expected. So I read Clara and the Sun, and I liked it, I enjoyed it. I gave that one 3 stars, but it wasn't anything special for me. I read Project Hail Mary and I adored that book. That book is amazing. I gave that 5 stars. That's actually my favourite science fiction book of this year. I'm kind of ruining my end of year things because I'm telling you all my favourites. But yeah, that was my favourite science fiction book of the year. And actually, it's my favourite science fiction book of all time now, so I'm definitely voting for that one. I thought it was absolutely wonderful. I've got reviews on both of those books in case you're interested. I'll link them down below. So let's see. I'm interested in reading The End of Men because it just sounded quite interesting. I like the concept of it, and I'm definitely interested in reading The Echo Wife as well. And I know that's available at my library because I looked it up the other day because Noelle Gallagher liked that one. And I've heard a bit more buzz around it as well on BookTube, so I'm interested in that one. Otherwise, don't think I'm interested in reading any of the others. So I think the winner probably is going to be Clara and the Sun because he's massive, Kazuo Ishiguro. He won the Nobel Prize for Literature, and I think he's probably going to win this, if I'm being honest. For me personally, I think the winner should be Project Hail Mary. It was the best science fiction book ever. Had so much heart. I was so drawn to these characters. The character of Rocky. It was wonderful. I loved it so much. So yes. So in terms of TBR, I have 2, The Echo Wife and The End of Men. So let's look onto the next category, horror. Now, I don't think I will have read many of these, if any, but I've read a little bit more horror this year than usual. So no, I've not read any of these, but I have a few of these on my TBR. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 on my TBR. So, well, there's All's Well by Mona Awad, and I don't think I'm going to like that one because I tried to read Bunny by her either this year or last year, and I just didn't like it. It was too odd for my liking. I didn't know what was happening and I just didn't like it, so I DNF'd that one. So I don't think her writing style is for me, but I'm definitely interested in The Book of Accidents. I've heard good things about that one. And then those 3 at the bottom, The Final Girl Support Group, heard wonderful things, and I've never read any Grady Hendrix, so definitely interested in that one. Definitely interested in The Last House on Needless Street. That was also at my library waiting for me, but I wasn't very well, so I couldn't pick it up, so I'm going to re-reserve that one. And My Heart is a Chainsaw. Definitely interested in that one. Like I say, I've heard a lot about these horrors on YouTube at the moment, so they sound really good. Humour, I'm gonna skip that one, that's not really me. Gonna skip non-fiction, gonna skip most of these. Let's look at debut novel. So let's see. I have read none of those. Again, I've really not read many of these. I'm interested in The Firekeeper's Daughter. I've heard a bit of buzz about that one and it sounds good. Obviously, I want to read The Push. That was in the mystery thriller category. Again, that was waiting for me, but I couldn't pick it up. I really want to read that one. It has like the perfect child vibes for me. It sounds absolutely wonderful. I've heard a lot of buzz about the Gilded ones, but I don't read much YA. We Are the Brennans. I've heard buzz about that, but again, I've heard like good and bad things. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on that one. Lots of people just kind of giving it middle of the road, kind of. Yeah. What's that word? Ratings. So I'm not sure I'm going to read that one. If I might give it a go. And again, The Lost Apothecary, interested in that one. So obviously not going to vote, not read any of them. Let's have a look at young adult fiction. I doubt I've read any. I don't read much YA, but just in case. No, I've not read any of those. But I am interested in the Hawthorne Legacy there. I'm interested in the Inheritance games because just loads of people say that's really, really good recently. And again, The Firekeeper's Daughter, interested in that one. Don't think there's any others there that I'm interested in. Oh, The Truly Devious, that's the sequel one, isn't it? I'm interested in that book just because there's so much hype about it. And like I say, I don't read much YA, but when there's ones that are big, I'm like, oh, I'm still intrigued, so I might give them a go. So the last category I'm going to look at is young adult fantasy and science fiction. Probably haven't read any, but let's give it a whirl anyway. So no, I haven't read any of those, and I don't think I will actually. I kind of got bored of the Cassandra Clare books, so I stopped reading them. Law, probably not interested in that. I really liked Alexandra Bracken's The Darkest Minds trilogy, but I was a lot younger then, so I think probably not for me now. But had I been younger, then definitely. So yeah, I'm really not actually voting, am I? I'm not voting in fiction because I've not read any of them. But I think I do like Beautiful World, Where Are You? But like I say, I'm only halfway through it, so it's not fair. Mystery thriller, again, not voting in that one. Probably would be Apples Never Fall had I finished it, like the library took it off. Historical fiction, yes, so yeah, Taylor Jenkins Reid, I voted in that one, the Malibu Rising one. And then science fiction, Project Hail Mary, all the way. So yeah, that's a little run through of my winners, my TBR and my predictions. I didn't predict them all because, you know, I don't really know much about some of the genres. So that's it for the Goodreads Choice Awards final round this year. This is the first time I've ever done a video like this, so please do let me know your thoughts down below. Kind of got a little bit all over the place there, but never mind. So thank you so much for watching. Please do let me know what you thought of the nominees and the final round. I'd love to know the ones that you voted for. Who do you think should win? Which books are on your TBR? Let me know. And also, is there any there that haven't made the list that you were pretty sure were going to be on the list and they've not? Because thinking about it, yeah, I think there's a few books, especially in the mystery thriller category, that I was expecting to see, but we haven't, so never mind about that. So I will link all of my book review videos that I have on these, whether they're book review or rant review, down below, just in case you'd like to hear my more detailed thoughts on any of them. So yeah, I'll see you in my next one. Bye!